Good evening, race fans, and welcome to the Outcast Motorsports Network. I'm the legendary Glad Dad, and tonight we are live for another exciting round of the Outcast Motorsports Auto America Gen 6 Series. Tonight, the drivers take on the fast and challenging Kansas Speedway for 130 laps here of intense side-by-side racing where momentum, tire management, and late race execution could make all the difference. The championship battle continues to tighten as the race and the chase grows more intense every single week. Thank you for joining us tonight for what should be another incredible night of racing here on the Outcast Motorsports Network. Let's get down here and take a look at the points as they stand right now. And look at our top 10 tonight. Eric Johnson leading the way. No surprise there. 4 wins on the season with 28 total bonus points. He's leading John Kelly by only 10 points here. John Kelly has 2 wins to the season with a total of 27 bonus points. And now you know why these two guys are sitting at the top of the season standings. Jacob Answorth, 11 points back, 1 point back from John Kelly. No wins of the season yet for Jacob Answorth, but I'm sure one will be coming here soon. He's pretty fast week in and week out. Just the late race execution there is biting him in the butt. Brandon Brock in 4th with Drew Calvert in 5th. Then you're going to fall back here to 6th through 10th, which is Adam Keene, Dalton Hall, Cale Peterson, Michael Prachek, and Josh Newman rounding out your top 10. Oh, let's see here. We've got some drivers here on the camera tonight. Although I've got some newcomers here I need to fix real quick. See if we can't get that going here. All right, let's show all these drivers here. Pull the this out of the way, and kablam! Look at this. We've got 10 drivers on the webcam tonight. Oh, it's a stacked field. Appreciate you guys showing up and showing your pretty faces. Really appreciate that. Good looking driver cams tonight. I'm going to get my face up there starting in season 5, but we ain't doing it yet. Nobody wants to see that anyway. All right, let's get to the track here as we've got Anthony Bennett sitting at the top of the board with a 29.792. Looking fast and furious tonight. Dean Gear up in 3rd place, 3rd fastest, has ran 30 laps tonight in practice. Josh Newman 6th. He's ran 40 laps in practice. He's ready. Charles Wilson's ran quite a bit as well. Ronnie Welchel has run a ton here in the 70s. He's ready to get that top 5 or a podium or a win tonight. Hopefully one of the 3 options there. Tim Boyce sitting 11th fastest on the board right now. And old D-Mac Dalton Hall, 13th fastest on the board. Matt Markland out on track. A lot of drivers. We got 23 drivers on scheduled for tonight's race. Jeremy Ingold getting out there on track. You can follow him on YouTube at Daka Jones. He's always posting race clips of his races throughout the week. Always enjoy seeing what he's got coming. Every time he posts something, I get a notification. I click on there, and it's pretty good stuff. Good quality. Scott Ford out here in that Turn 4 sim racing Ford Mustang. Hopefully he's got a good showing tonight. And we got 3-4 minutes here. I want to get in here and talk to some guys. See who we've got in here. Oh, where are we? Eric Johnson.
Glad, Dad.
What's going on, man? Got you here in the booth with me. Just a real quick talk. You're leading the points here tonight. Only about 10 points over John Kelly. What's the plan tonight? Stay cool, calm, and collected, trying to capitalize positions here, or are we going to try to lengthen that gap a little bit?
Well, tonight's kind of, in this car, it's kind of a draft track, so a lot of things are equalized, and there'll be a lot of close racing and stuff, and I think we just got to be there at the end. So, I mean, whatever that takes in the beginning and middle, we got to take it a little easy and really pick and choose, but yeah, we just got to make sure we're there at the end and stay out of the stuff.
Well, 130 laps. It's going to be a long race tonight. To me, that's a pretty lengthy race here. Yeah, I think you're going to be quite tired, especially if you say it's a more or less a drafting track here. Those tend to take a toll on you at the end of this thing. So, looking forward to seeing.
The draft's pretty strong in these cars, so you should see people pull some good draft down the straightaways and have to deal with the dirty air in the corners. So it'll be interesting to see.
Well, I'm seeing some top speeds tonight being posted around the 190, low 190 mark. That's pretty dang fast here. And are we liking the top line, or is the bottom line pretty good, or what do you feel?
It feels like there's a couple grooves out there. I don't know how fast you want to move up, but you can definitely move up and make some pace up there, but it may hurt you in the long run.
Yeah, that's right. All right, man. Well, I don't want to keep you. Just wanted to tell you good luck tonight, and keep her clean, and we'll see you at the end.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. All right, folks. That was Eric Johnson here. Now let's get and see if we can find this cat right here.
But it'll.
John Kelly.
I don't want to be too slow. Hey, what's happening?
What's up? Glad to have the booth, man. You got me.
I got you, man.
So how we feeling about tonight? You come in here 10 points below Eric Johnson, sitting in second place. You got a ton of bonus points here. 27 bonus points for the season. That's crazy, man. That's why you're up there in the second spot fighting for a championship. Are you going to be able to finish the race tonight? Because I heard you got some internet issues.
Yeah, it's going to be hit or miss. If I disappear, it was my internet. They're doing service on my internet tonight. So
Oof.
I don't know when. But, yeah, overall, Kansas has always been good to me. This car is a little bit different in it. You can kind of keep it pinned for quite a bit. But I plan on being cautious, saving tire, and hopefully having a long run pace. So hopefully you'll see me up front towards the end.
Well, you know, your middle name here is Kansas. I'm not sure what your legal middle name is, but here we call you John Kansas Kelly for a reason. I have personally, over the years, seen numerous wins come here from John K. Kelly, and I don't think tonight's going to be any different. How's the car feeling? We can see you on track here as qualifying started. How does the car feel all the way around?
It feels good. I don't know what it's going to be long run. I'm hoping there's a lot of tire wear. I'm always good, pretty good at saving tire here. I got a good trick for saving tire, so hopefully the tires wear a lot and it'll be in my favor. We'll see how long run goes though. It's short run. I will not be fast. I'll tell you that right now. But hopefully 20, 30 laps into the run, you'll see me up there.
Absolutely, man. Looking forward to it. And good luck tonight. Keep her clean. Keep her fast. And
Thank
we'll
you,
see
man.
you later.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Have a good one. All right, folks. That was Eric Johnson, the points leader, and the guy chasing him in the points, John Kansas Kelly. As qualifying has started, let's get down trackside here. As Kel Peterson is on the move. Coming around the access road, which is the turn 1, turn 2 apron to get up onto the racing surface out of 2. And we're going to see what these drivers have right now. We've got a bunch of people on track. Scott Ford here all the way on the top side, trying to get that momentum up. Coming out of turn 2, he's already taken the green flag here. Eric Johnson as well, as he's crossing the start-finish line for his first timed lap of the night. I think second lap here may be quick. Yeah, definitely. 31:22 for Eric. 30:58 for Adam Keene. 30:37 for Anthony Bennett as he's back to the top of the board. 30:37 will not, I don't think it'll last here. We're going to see some 29s. Jacob Answorth, hoping for a good night for Jake. He's not had the greatest of luck here the last few races. As Charles Wilson's on track. Eric Johnson now up to the top with a 30:22. Adam Keene now going up in the second as Brian Welchel crosses the start-finish line for his second lap. Let's see if he can do better than a 7th place here. Yes, he's going to be 4th quickest. Nice lap for him, and Ronnie Welchel's going to do a little bit better. Let Papa Welchel show you how it's done, little baby. The Papa to the higher spot than Brian, so looks they may. Hopefully they're going to start side by side. Ronnie said, "Let me show you how to do it, son." With a 30:37. Second lap here for Welchel. Ronnie, that is. Can he do better? Yes, he is. Oh, Ronnie Welchel up to 3rd. On the board, 30:24 for Ronnie Welchel. Josh Newman now down the backstretch for his second lap. I don't know if you guys are as excited as I am, but I am ecstatic tonight. Josh Newman, 10th fastest. Tim Boyce moves up into the 4th position as he's got about half a track left. Cuba Johnson with the 69 bits. And Timothy Boyce to the top of the board with a 30:15. David Vodka now moves up into the 3rd position, and he's still got 1 lap left. Gail Peterson with the heart emoji. Right back at you, brother. I did it, but you can't see it. Let's see what David Vodka's time. Can he do better than a 30:23? Yes, he's going to do a 30:21. For David Vodka moves up into the 2nd position as Rob Hamilton is on track. Currently 17th fastest on the board. Let's see what he can do here as he's coming out of turn number 2. And throw it into gear. Dean Gear, 14th fastest. Coming down the backstretch now to complete his 2nd lap of qualifying as Rob Hamilton crossing the start-finish line now. 16th fastest for Rob Hamilton. John Kelly, 2nd in points here, rolling off 15th so far right now as Dean Gear moves up into the 6th position. That's going to be it for him as we've got Jeremy Ingold now on track. Coming out of turn 4 for his first lap of the night. And it's got 17th fastest right now. Gonna see, oh, he's taking the bottom side here. What's it going to be? Can he do best in a 17th? Probably going to put him up in about 11th place here. We're going to see And no, it's not. He's way better than that, folks. 4th place here for Jeremy Ingold. Matt Marklin now on track, running the high side in 1 and 2 to get all that momentum he can. $30 viewers already, and we're only in qualifying, folks. I absolutely love the views. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for coming out, showing that love to these Outcast boys. And a little bit to the Glad Dad. Much appreciated. Matt Marklin coming out of turn 2. Drew Calvert just turned his first lap, currently 12th fastest on the board. Oh yeah, boys looking to be seen tonight. Matt Marklin just completing his 2nd lap. 11th fastest for Matt Marklin. Drew Calvert just finishing his lap up. And 13th on the board for him. As old D-Mac Dalton Hall crossing the start-finish line right now, that's going to put him in the 20th spot. He's got some ground to make up here, as the field is pretty stacked here with fast times. I mean, look, 9th place is 30:29. 2nd place is 30:21. So you're looking at 7/100ths of a second. These cars are going to be stacked together. Dalton Hall crossing the start-finish line now. Where's it going to put him? 2nd place here by 1. Let's see, that's going to be, yeah, about 1/100th of a second. More or less. That is crazy close. Montrose now in 5th position as Brandon Brock coming out of turn, well, just about coming out of turn 4 to complete his 2nd lap. Oh, Crew Chief Franklin, I appreciate the kind words. All right, let's see where Brandon Brock's going to end up at. 2nd. That's going to put Dalton Hall down behind the leader here in 3rd. As look at that. Brock to Hall. 3/1000ths of a second separates 2nd to 3rd. That is incredible tonight, folks. '17th place, actually 18th place here, separates the top 17 or top 18 by 0.2. That's pretty incredible. The amount of speed here that the Outcast League has found over these last 4 seasons, the competitiveness and the camaraderie and on-track and off-track presence is just astounding to me. You will not find any other league and or community as good as this one, I promise you. These guys are super competitive week in to week out. They race each other really, really clean. So I'm looking forward to this race. I've been looking forward to it all season. Kansas Speedway is one of the fastest and smoothest intermediate tracks on the schedule, so these drivers will be balancing moves with long-run tire management all night long. As we talked to John Kelly earlier about that, he said he wasn't going to be that good short run, but long run, he's going to have it. I want to say the outside lane is going to become extremely powerful on the long run as the green flag runs go on. So pit strategy, clean air, consistency, that's ultimately going to decide tonight's race. As we are being gridded up here. So you know what time it is? It's grid time. All right, starting on the pole tonight for the Auto America starting grid, Timothy Boyce to his outside, the 3 up, Brandon Brock. In row number 2, Dalton D-Mac Hall with David Vodka. Starting in row number 3, Eric Johnson with the Bulldog himself, Ian Montrose. In the 4th row, you're going to find Jeremy Ingold with Jacob Answorth. In row 5, Ronnie Welchel and Dean Gear. Row 6, Adam Keene and Terry Litweiler. Row 7, Steve Giberson and Matt Markland. In row 8, Anthony Bennett with Drew Calvert. Row number 9, Kel Peterson with Charles Wilson. In row 10, Josh Newman and Brian Welchel. Row 11, John Kansas Kelly with Rob Hamilton. Row 12, Scott Ford and Ryan Fuchs. As these drivers are rolling off here, look at these cars that are driving right by the camera. Cameraman laying on the ground. Inside and outside, 2 by 2, rolling off of the grid tonight, right off of pit road. Now let's take a look here at the race rundown for tonight's race. 130 laps, 2 sets of tires over the wall. Fuel window tonight, 34 laps with a 62% fuel capacity. And look at that track there, Kansas. Looks like a cookie cutter. 1.5 miles here. It is gonna be a showdown. So I've only got one question here as the pace car lights are off. We're gonna go green. My question is, are we ready? And if so, let's pull those belts virtually tight one more time. Tighten them gloves. Let's get ready to go as the pace car is gonna be rolling off here. And it's gonna be Boyce and Brock leading to the green flag for the first time tonight. Good luck, fellas, and I'll see you at the end. Green flag in the air. Boyce with a nice jump so far. Looks like the inside line behind Boyce kind of got checked up just a little bit. As Dalton Hall now taking over the second spot. Brandon Brock on the high side trying to get it going. As Eric Johnson here down the inside lane. Brandon Brock down running the middle right now. So Johnson's got the clean air on the bottom. Brock's got it moving though. And check out Jacob Answorth here on the outside lane of Ronnie Welchel. Nowhere to go. Right to the rear bumper of Montrose. Timothy Boyce, the top 3 kind of got a gap on one another and the rest of the field as we look back here at Jacob Answorth battling with the 17 of Adam Keene. Ooh, they get close to one another. Adam Keene in that Frank's Appliance Center, number 17. Already up 1 spot here. Anthony Bennett on the move, up 4 positions. As let's take a look here, Terry Litweiler down 3 spots here from the drop of the green flag. John Kansas Kelly, you can see him there on the inside in that 42 machine. Got Josh Newman right behind him. He's up 4 positions. Ronnie Welchel now taking over the 8th position. Looking to the outside here of Montrose for 7th. Montrose closing the door. Ronnie's got nowhere to go. He's going to check up here. And that's going to allow the 17 to draft up to the outside of the 62. Adam Keene now to the outside as he's got the momentum to try to do something here with the 10. of Montrose. Yeah, he's all the way up, got the lefts on the seam. And he's making the move happen. Not going to be clear, I don't think. Yeah, the 10. Down and down, back to the bottom. Topside's going to be risky here early, as the caution will wave. Looks like Scott Ford and Ryan Fuchs. Scott Ford looks like he got some front end damage. Ryan Fuchs and Drew Calvert involved. Drew with a repair flag here. As he's coming down pit road, but we're going to take a look at it here from the Auto America chopper cam. See what happened with these guys. Looks like Charles Wilson's 3 wide here. And Drew Calvert with nowhere to go. Going to take a look at that here from the cockpit cam from Drew Calvert. There we go. And rewind it one more time here. And let's see. Slow it way down. Calvert just looking on here. As looks like Fuchs comes down as Ford comes up to give Charles Wilson some room, and they get collected. Right front damage to Calvert's car. As he's going to have to get that fixed in his box for 35 seconds. David Vodka, Eric Johnson coming down pit road to grab some fuel. So Eric Johnson, first car here in 8th place to pit, as Tim Boyce, they're gonna stay out top 7. All right, so now we're going side by side. Pace car lights are off, so we're going to go green next time. All right, they're heading down into turn 3 now. Pace car's off, heading to the restart zone. Green flag in the air. Tim Boyce with a really good jump here. He goes ahead, gets it all alone to himself as the 3 and the 34 left to fid for themselves for second place. It's like Brandon Brock's going to make the pass clear here of Dalton Hall. And Dalton Hall's teammate, Jeremy Ingold, up in the 4th. Adam Keene looking low here on the inside of the 28. He's got the momentum and he's got the draft. But he also has got nowhere to go here as Brandon Brock's now caught the leader on the inside. So Adam Keene's just going to have to ride for right now. Goes up the track just a little bit. Jacob Answorth has to check up. Jacob trying to find somewhere to go as Dalton Hall fights on the outside of Tim Boyce, trying to get the lead. Still battling side by side as they cross the start-finish line. Dalton Hall's going to lead that lap. Swapping positions. And Dalton Hall's currently got the gap, and the 26 of Boyce wants it back. Sticks his nose back there. Here comes the 28 of Jeremy Ingold to help his teammate. Jeremy going to get throttled up here in the draft, and I have a feeling he's going to aero push the mess out of the 34. Coming down with a side draft. That's going to slow up the 26 of Tim Boyce. You can see there. Drafting help for the 34 by the 28 of his teammate. And now Dalton Hall in the lead right now. Now it's going to be Jeremy Ingold's chance to make something happen as he's on the outside. Brandon Brock watching it unfold. As now he's going to try to get underneath the 28. Hey, appreciate that, Pirate Broadcasting. Welcome in, buddy. Welcome in. Dean Gear right here, getting past the 17. Adam Keene kind of drops some spots a little bit as he's looking low. He's coming up behind the 18. Adam Keene nowhere to go now. He's just going to have to ride behind the 18 as he's side by side with Dean Gear. Dalton Hall still in the lead, but Timothy Boyce wants it. He's looking down on the inside now. They're coming out of turn number 4. Side by side, who's going to lead it here at the start-finish line? That's going to go to Boyce. All right, Pirate. Hey, appreciate that, buddy. Have a good show. I'm going to try to jump in there and show my support as well. Timothy Boyce is not playing around. Neither is Jeremy Ingold. These guys mean business here. Moonshine Motorsports sitting second and third. Now they're battling side by side. What an epic battle here. I guarantee you this is making the reels of Daka Jones on YouTube, also known as Jeremy Ingold. Now he's got Brandon Brock looking to his outside. Jeremy dropping a little bit of spots here, a little bit of momentum. Brandon Brock looking strong. Hopefully we can get some long green flag runs as let's check on our points leader right now, Eric Johnson, as Dean Gear just got by him. So did Anthony, not Anthony, but Adam Keene as he's running the top side. Eric Johnson lost 2 spots, and let's take a look here at second place in the points, John Kansas Kelly. His middle name's Kansas for a reason, folks. If he wins this tonight, I'm going to take up donations to change his birth certificate to Kansas Kelly. Because, I mean, why not? Why not? As he's right here behind Ryan Fuchs. Ryan Fuchs up to 18th here after that incident with Scott Ford. Kel Peterson having a nice quiet run here, loving the bottom lane. I say that, and the sun's going down. There's an orange tinge in 3 and 4. You can see the sun, the sun setting there. As let's take a look at Matt Marklin. He's up in the battle. David Vodka, let's get on board here with David Vodka, see what he sees. Oh, it looks like Jacob Answorth. Something happened to Jacob. We're going to have to see here where he is. Jacob Answorth, something happened to him. Got to take a look at it as a caution will wave. Got to take a look and see here. Jacob Answorth on the bottom side of the track. Looks like Dean Gear, oh, goes up. Dean Gear's up there. Oh, man, Matt Marklin nailed the left rear quarter panel of the 72. The 74, sorry. Oof, nowhere to go. Hey, Love It Jackson. Hey, welcome in. Hope you're not driving. Get to where you're going and get safe and enjoy the show. Enjoy the show. All right, Tim Boyce, you know he's bringing them drivers down. It's time for some pit stops here. Fuel window 34 laps, so they're going 24 this time by. As these boys coming down pit road. Looks like a centipede. As Tim Boyce with the #1 pit box. Gonna stop here. And fuel, I see no right sides coming up on anybody's stuff. Eric Johnson looks like he's going to win the battle off pit road, or maybe Adam Keed. Yes, Eric Johnson wins the battle off pit road, but you've got Matt Marklin and Terry Litweiler up here that did not pit. And Scott Ford with the lucky dog. How about that? Scott Ford catching back up to the back of the field. And he's going to come down here, maybe get some more damage fixed. Group Calvert spent some significant time down pit road as well. Scott Ford being shown the black flag. Looks like too fast entering pit road. So they're going to hold him for about 42 seconds or so. As we move up here side by side, pace car lights are out. Coming down the backstretch now, so we're going to take the green flag as they come out of turn number 4. Landon, so now that we're in the playoffs, there is no openings till next season. But you could definitely hop in and fill out the application as we're going green flag. Terry Litweiler with the nice jump. Both buyautoamerica.com. Toyota Camry's out front now. And battling side by side. Look at that. Eric Johnson barreling down into turn number 3. He's going to take the lead here away from the 71 as Tim Boyce is going to take it away from him. Tim Boyce on the move now. Bulldog of Ian Montrose now looking low on the 71 as Adam Keene is also following suit here underneath the 4 and underneath the 71. Tim Boyce to the back bumper of the 18 to Eric Johnson. John Kansas Kelly here up in the 12th spot, almost reaching inside the top 10 as you definitely want to get on board and look at this. There is a wall of cars in front of him. Got nowhere to go here. As you can see, Jeremy Ingold back of his car. Donka Jones on YouTube. Give him a follow. As the lights are on here in Kansas. Going up here to Eric Johnson right now. On board with Eric Johnson as he's still leading here. 2/10 over Montrose now. Ronnie Welchel back at 14th. He's got a wall of cars around him as well. That's Anthony Bennett and Jeremy Ingold in front. A lot of one up. Kel Peterson underneath them. There's Kel Peterson. One hand on the wheel, another one stroking his mustache. As he falls back behind the 62, he's got the draft now, but nowhere to take it. On board here with Steve Giberson. As he's watching all this unfold, he said, you know what? We're going to stay out of this. This looks dangerous. And let's see if we can get Matt Marklin here. And we do not have a feed for Matt Marklin. We do have one for Adam King. There he is right there. Nice and relaxed. We're going to see how relaxed he is at the end of this thing, because as fast as he is right now, he's going to be up here battling for the win. And we're going to see if that head comes off that headrest a little bit. As we look back just a little bit further, you're going to find David Vodka. Right there behind Kel Peterson in the 14th spot. And I believe we have one for Dean Gear. No, we do not. We do not have a feed for Dean Gear. Looks like the feed got cut somehow. So Eric Johnson battling side by side. Now that we're off of the cams, he's battling side by side with Ian Montrose. And he's going to take the spot. But where did this guy come from? John Kansas Kelly now. Oh, as they beat and bang going down into turn 1, the 10, the 18, dooring each other. Now John Kelly sticking it 3 wide on the bottom. Now, the points leader, second in points, battling side by side for the lead. As John Kelly says, smell you later, Gator, to the lead. Montrose and Eric Johnson getting at each other just kind of killed that momentum there, allowed the 42 to keep that draft and get up there, take that lead. Now as Tim Boyce is looking low on the 18. He's not close enough to get him though. The 18 pulls down, blocks the run. Now it's going to put it back on the ballpark for Adam Keene to get alongside the 26 of Tim Boyce. Montrose now taking the lead back from John Kelly. Eric Johnson trying to look low here on John. John Kelly now to the bottom, trying to clear the 10. He's going to be able to slide up here. No, he's not. Montrose battles back on the outside. What a show, folks. Lap 40, and this is how we're handling it. This is insane. If they're battling this hard here for the lead now, imagine what they're going to do at the end of this thing. 70 more laps to go. Coming out of turn 4, across the start-finish line. And sending it nose to tail down into turn 1. This is exciting here. As Adam Keene's battling on the outside. Now he's going to lose that position. Now Terry Litweiler's going to be battling here. Oh, it's definitely going to be one for the books. John Kelly now battling on the high side. This time Montrose on the bottom. As they're side by side once again, heading down the backstretch. John Kelly kind of inching ahead as Montrose now to the bottom. You will not find any racing on iRacing server that is this intense. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. Look at this. John Kelly pushing the 10 down the backstretch. Nose to tail pushing. As Adam Keene battling still with the 26, not getting anywhere. They're still side by side, holding these other guys up behind them. Terry Litweiler now on the bottom. Got Josh Newman right behind him. Anthony Bennett on the top side. Pushing the 26 of boys. And at this point, folks, I'm going to be, my voice is going to be gone after this. I got to stay cool, calm, and collected. Back up front, still a drafting game. Still side by side back here. Adam Keene and Tim Boyce. This is unbelievable. Let's see how calm Adam Keene is back here. He's got his head still on the back of the headrest. He's not stressed at all as it's 3-wide battle now. Keene on the top side. This guy. I'm going to need him to become my therapist because he's not worried about anything. Adam Keene now inching away. Here comes Anthony Bennett. Trying to get around the 26 of Tim Boyce. Brandon Brock back here in 8th place. He's got Josh Newman right behind him and Dalton Hall's right there as well. Oh, got some issues here. Terry Litweiler dropping back along with Tim Boyce. Looks like they may have got tangled up here as the field spreads apart. Looks like Moses parting the Red Sea here. They just get out of the way. Insane. As Terry Litweiler down pit road now. Dalton Hall after that little skirmish there between these drivers. He was able to kind of get away here 0.8 of a second. Let's look back up front though. Montrose leading the way. Oh, turn 4 sim racing. If it were raining. Hey, buddy, don't even finish the sentence because I know what it is. I would like to go back and try to find this. Let's see. Maybe I can try to find this. We're going to see here. All right. Let's see if this is it. Terry on the bottom. Oh, looks like he runs out of fuel. Yeah, looks like Terry ran out of fuel there. That was the problem. So Terry had to go down pit road, and he's going to be a couple of laps down here. As we look back up front, Montrose still leading. Eric Johnson's now closed in a couple of tenths off the back of Montrose, and now trying to give him a run for his money to the right rear quarter panel. The draft is serious here tonight, folks. Eric Johnson trying to get back to the left rear quarter panel now. He's going to do it, but that's also going to open the door for John Kelly as he puts it 3 wide once again, or at least tries to put his nose down there where it don't belong, according to Eric Johnson. Oh, man, you guys are stressing me out on this Thursday. And this, folks, is the reason why I'm getting gray. It's not because of the Glatt bomb. Okay, it's a little bit because of the Glatt bomb, but it's a lot because of these guys. Now they're 3 wide once again as they head down into turn 3. Eric Johnson, the loser there on that deal, as he backs out a little bit. John Kelly now moves up into second. And now trying to take the lead away from Ian Montrose. Eric Johnson battling back on the outside. Let's get on board here with Eric Johnson. You can see there, he's on the webcam. He is laser focused here. Looking low on the 42. He's going to get it. He throttles up earlier than the 42 is going to put him to the inside. But John Kelly, with the momentum on the high side, going to get it back clear. John couldn't get all the way down to the bottom. Looks like he got a little loose here from the arrow of Eric Johnson. That's going to put Johnson with some nice momentum on the high side. Johnson now should be able to clear the 42. And now it's Adam Keene's turn. He's saying, hey, I want some of this now. As he moves up into the 4th position and chases these drivers down. The top 4 are lights out gone here. Dalton Hall in 5th. He's also away from these other guys. As a little bit further back, David Vodka in 6th. Brandon Brock battling with Anthony Bennett. This battle's been going on a little while now as the 3 finally gets by Anthony Bennett. Dean Gear battling with Tim Boyce now. Kel Peterson almost moved up inside the top 10. It's there for the taking. All he's got to do is grab it. As he's looking low on Josh Newman, that's going to put him in the 11th. Josh Newman, though, high. He's fast on the high side. Tim Boyce is falling some spots. Guys trying to take him out or put him down some more spots. He's fast early on. As Eric Johnson trying to get around Ian Montrose. Oh, Eric Johnson dictating the line that Montrose is going to run. Now Montrose throttles back up. Johnson gets back underneath. Back to his bumper. John Kelly with the push to Johnson. Johnson now trying to get back on the outside of the 10. Nose to tail, the top 4. John Kelly looking low. The 18 kind of closes the door a little bit on entry. Slides up, allows the 42 to get down there. As now the 18 and the 42 battling side by side once again. Adam Keene, he wants some of it now. He would have put the 18 3 wide here. Insane racing. Adam Keene trying to get that high line working. And man, boy, is he lightning fast here on the outside now. As John Kelly goes up, blocks the run. Montrose spins out. Something happened to Montrose. Not sure what happened to Montrose. We're going to find it, though. Looks like he got loose, arrow loose. We're going to see, though. As Keene and Kelly battling side by side. Looks like this may be it right here. Let's take a look. Not sure exactly what happened to Montrose, but we're about to find out. Oh, looks like Montrose maybe didn't call out his pits. John Kelly nailed him in the rear. Let's take a look at it one more time. Now looking up here at John Kelly. Oof, man, nasty hit there. As pit cycles have started. Not sure if Montrose called his pit out or not, but John Kelly got into the back of him here as John looks like he doesn't have any damage. It was a square hit. Charles Wilson still needing a pit here. Coming down. Matt Markland still needing a pit. Eric Johnson now taking the lead. Once it cycles out, once Hamilton and Markland go down pit road, it's gonna fall back to Johnson as he is a second ahead of Keene and Kelly. John Kelly didn't really lose any time. There goes getting around Markland. That's gonna put Johnson into second. Now Johnson up to first. Adam Keene now gonna move up into the second position. As John Kelly's trying to go around the 51 now. Tim Boyce back up into third somehow. Hit it on lap 62. Not sure how that happened. He was back there in 8th or 9th, and now is up into the third position. As John Kelly not as fast as he was. Definitely not as fast as he was. Meanwhile, Adam Keene trying to take the lead away from the 18 as they battle hard side by side. Two powerhouses right here battling. No one else in sight. At least not right now. Not within striking distance anyway. Johnson powering down on the bottom. Gonna clear the 17. But here comes Tim Boyce. Now to the back of Adam Keene. Trying to power down through the middle here. Not going to have the momentum right now to do anything with Keene. But he's going to look low as Keene goes down to block the run. Timothy Boyce, he's got some horsepower underneath that Chevy Camaro. as John Kelly there sitting in 4th place, trying to close back up as he's just losing time to these guys. He's going to need them to get side by side. He's 1.7 seconds back from Boyce as Dalton Hall's closing up to him now. Dalton's got a good early run car tonight. Looking back a little bit further, Josh Newman battling with Dean Gear. Kel Peterson having a nice run here after that pit stop cycle, finding himself sitting well inside the top 10 in 7th place. Trying to run down David Vodka, and it's definitely going to happen. Boy, Kel Peterson fast right there. He closed right up to the back of the 24. Tim Boyce and Adam King battling side by side. We're going to see who prevails on this one. I love this back and forth these guys are doing. Been doing it all race as we're coming up on lap 75. I said this was going to be a long race, but man, it's quick. Go by really quick. Tim Boyce going to clear, but 17 is there. To the back of him now, trying to regroup here with that draft, and he's going to try to split that seam on the top on entry, slide back down, get back in the draft. It's important to kind of cut this corner just a little bit here, try to get that draft back on that car as quickly as possible. Try to set these passes up on entry. We've barely seen anything happen on the exit here. It's been a lot of setup on the entry. So you can see he got the draft. Momentum strikes on the high side. Now Tim Boyce back to second. Adam Keene back on the outside. Falling back behind. They're battling, and Eric Johnson's loving what he's seeing. Side by side, Adam Keene, Tim Boyce. This is crazy. Back a little bit further, Dalton Hall able to get around John Kelly. John can't do anything about it right now. Looks like he must still have some damage. Let's get on board here with John Kelly and see. Make sure his wheel's straight, and it's not. It's turned to the left a little bit. I would say at this point he's just surviving right now. He definitely does not have the speed he had previously. But he's not too far off of it. As Kel Peterson now got around David Vodka, moves that up into 6th place. Nice run here for Kel. And gonna take a look here as he comes by, make sure he didn't hit the wall lately. Nope, right side looks good. That's why he's running up there so good. Great job, Kel. Josh Newman having a good run tonight, sitting in the 8th spot after he got around Dean Gear. Dean also having a nice quiet night. Jeremy Ingold back here with Brian Welchel and Ryan Fuchs, nose to tail. As Ryan Fuchs now looking low on the 53. There's Brian Welchel on the outside, Ryan Fuchs on the bottom. A little further back, you're going to find Ronnie Welchel all by itself, no drafting help, as he's going to be dropping spots. Adam Keene now looking to the outside of this guy right here, Eric Johnson. Jacob Answorth not having a good night. Struck again with the bad luck. Top 3 nose to tail. John Kelly got back by Dalton Hall in and out, put a gap between them by about almost a half a second. And it looks like Dalton Hall, David Vodka fastest that last time by. Let's take a look here at the fastest 5 for 5. Matt Marklin, the fastest 5-lap average right now. And David Vodka around that ballpark as well, running in the 6th position. Biggest gainers for tonight, though. John Kansas Kelly up 17 spots from where he qualified. Ryan Fuchs up 12, running in 12th. Josh Newman up 11 positions. Kel Peterson up 10. Brian Welchel up 10. 5 drivers up there with double-digit gains tonight. How about that? And looking at any repairs, we've got Jacob Answorth repaired 2 minutes of damage. Scott Ford 1 minute, but he is out of the race. And the rest of the guys just mere seconds. As we look back up front, Johnson still leading the way for now. Adam Keene to his bumper, though. Little side drop there of Anthony Bennett. Keene still right to his bumper. As Brandon Brock is at risk of going another lap down. That's going to be 2 laps for Brandon Brock, if they can pass him. Brock on the high side. Johnson trying to stay away from it. Turning down early in the center. That's going to put Keene right back to the rear bumper of the 8 team. Timothy Boyce back in the chat here in the discussion. Running in 3rd. Still right there within striking distance as we're coming up on lap 90 now. So 40 laps remaining in this race. Look back a little further. In fourth, John Kelly with D-Mac Dalton Hall. No, I wouldn't say no real battles going on the track right now. Kel Peterson by itself, pulling away from Josh Newman. Everybody pretty much just following suit right now. I do believe these guys are going to stop and grab some more tires here as let's look real quick. Adam Keene getting low on fuel. Last pitted on lap 63, and they can go about 34 laps. So it looks like they're going to be close here on fuel. So they need to go at least 4 more laps to be able to barely make it on fuel. Timothy Boyce pitted before that. Last pitted on lap 62. So he's going to have to peel off and pit a little earlier than these guys. Boys now just about running out of fuel. Gonna have to pit probably the next 2 laps or so for Boyce. Johnson should be able to take it to about 98, 97, 98 laps of 130. Top 3 still nose to tail. And looks like some fuel saving going on because they're not really trying to pass one another, as John Kelly's still on the move. Running the same lap times as the leader, and he's by himself. So the top 3 in the draft running 32 O's. John Kelly by himself running 32 O's. Dalton Hall getting side drafted here from the 24 David Vodka. There's David there. David trying to get clear, and he's going to do it. As we look up here at Tim Boyce, he's probably going to have to peel off here earlier than he's front 2. And he's got more fuel than I thought. But it must be because of the draft, he's able to save a couple of more laps. Kel Peterson now down pit road. Dean Gears well, along with Jeremy Ingold. Leader still staying out here. John Kelly still out. David Vodka, Dalton Hall. Vodka fast on the long run. Brian Fuchs, Brian Welchel down pit road for their final stop of the night. And here come the leaders, all three of them. John Kelly coming down. Montrose, oh man, these guys are coming in fast. John going to get his final stop of the night. And grabbing tires, Eric Johnson just now getting into his box. Right sides go up on Johnson's car. Along with Tim Boyce, David Vodka getting tires. Here comes John Kelly right now, peeling out of pit road. He's going to be able to close up here. There goes Eric Johnson off of pit road right now. Following him, Adam Keene, Tim Boyce, and John Kelly. All these drivers are going to be right back up in the mix, battling once again. Eric Johnson going around Montrose, that's not for position. Rob Hamilton is the leader right now until his pit stop. Let's take a look here at our driver cams. All these drivers out here still tonight. Scott Ford out of the race. You can see his hands behind his head as he watches on. Probably spotting his teammate who's second in points, John Kelly. John getting by Montrose here, trying to close up as he's a little bit back behind. There we go. Adam Keene trying to go up here and fight for the lead as he moves to the outside of the 18. All the way to the wall, turns down into the center. Three wide battle here for the lead. Tim Boyce on the bottom, coming up the track. Tim Boyce lost his way just a little bit there. He was on the apron of the track and tried to come back up. Eric Johnson dictated how that went. You do not have to let the driver back up. It was his responsibility to come back up on the racetrack at a, at a safe place. Eric Johnson was there. He had to let out. Now he's drafted his way right back up to the back of the 18. He's going to challenge these two guys once again. Eric Johnson goes down to the bottom, takes the air away from Tim Boyce. Top three still nose to tail. John Kelly trying to close in, though, 1.1 seconds back. He could see it. As they're side by side, it's just bringing him a little bit closer each and every lap. Adam Keene going to lead that lap that time. Now Eric Johnson back inches forward. Tim Boyce with the push, the drafting help to the 18. Now John Kelly has moved back up. He's close. He's within the draft. 7/10 back. Back up here, Adam Keene now has taken the lead, and he's actually pulled away a little bit. But Eric Johnson drafts right back up to him in the corner. Tim Boyce now looking underneath the 18. The 42 is here now. Now it is a 4-car battle for the lead with 22, coming to 22 laps to go. John Kelly up to the high side. Staying away from these guys, having clean air. Not hurting his tires. Now he's to the right rear quarter panel of the 26 of Boyce. John Kelly now in the middle. Tim Boyce on the bottom. He's going to run the high side once again. Eric Johnson sees it happen. Nothing he could do about it right this second. John running the middle. Tim Boyce still on the bottom, still there. Adam Keene inching away. Something happened to David Vodka back here. David Vodka went off track. He recovers though, only loses a spot. Adam Keene still pulling away now. Almost 0.3 of a second. 2.5 tenths back now from Johnson. Johnson with a huge draft here, coming down the front stretch. Tim Boyce still battling that 42 as John Kelly now inches forward here, running on the high side. John pulls back, gets in the draft as the top 4 are still breaking away here. 6 seconds ahead as Dalton Hall, Dean Gear battle side by side. Dalton Hall not clear of the 92 just yet. Eric Johnson now trying to take the lead from the 17 of Adam Keene. He's going to do it. He's going to clear him here. As we look a little further ahead, Ronnie Welch battling with somebody. Too wide. They're going to have to figure it out. The leaders are on the move quickly. Almost to the back of them. Ronnie Welchel battling with the 60 of Steve Giberson. And now they go single file out right here in front of the leaders. That's for 13th spot. Eric Johnson now still leading. Adam Keene trying to find a way to get back up there. But Tim Boyce, he's wanting that second position. John Kelly sinking back further and further. He's still there within striking distance, but he's not nearly as close as he was as Rob Hamilton up there trying to get his lap backs with the leader. Rob Hamilton being scored in the 15th position now, fighting for third place, or fighting third place and second place now, trying to get his lap back. He's got fresher tires. Last pitted on lap 103. To the outside of Johnson now. Rob Hamilton's going to get his lap back the hard way. Johnson peels back behind him to grab that clean air. As that's for a position right there in front of Rob. For Ronnie Welchel and Steve Giberson. That's a position for Rob Hamilton. Round the outside he goes. Ronnie Welchel now down on the bottom. The 18 being woed up a little bit. That's going to put the two guys behind the 18 side by side. That's the 26 and the 17. Now the 18 underneath the 62 of Ronnie Welchel. He's going to clear the 62 now as they go 3 wide just behind Eric. 17 now in the middle. As he clears Ronnie now, they still go side by side, him and Tim Boyce. Tim Boyce now looking low. Coming to 12 laps to go this time by. John Kelly still in this fight right here as he's trying to get around Ronnie Welchel on the high side. Johnson's got almost a half a second lead over these guys. On exit, Johnson is fast. Backing up his entries. John Kelly now trying to do something with the 17, Adam Keene. Looking low for third position. John's got to get every spot if he wants to close up here in the points to Eric Johnson. Not going to be able to do it. Going to have to reset here, try it again. Keene going to keep the third spot. Tim Boyce. 3.5 tenths back now from Johnson. Got to try to close up here. Closing up ever so slightly here on the back of Johnson's car. On board here with Tim Boyce. Good exit here for Boyce. A little tight. Really good exit for Boyce. All the way down the white line. That's going to help him here on the exit. As he goes up the track, the 18 does a narrow exit here. It's pretty fast too, believe it or not. Eight laps to go here at Kansas. Only 2 cautions for tonight. Been green flag most of it. Yeah, definitely. Eric is definitely fast. Steve Guyverson's pretty fast in front of him, so he's just using him as a drafting help. Johnson now closing up to the back of Steve Guyverson. Oh, Guyverson didn't give him the line that he wanted. That's going to allow Tim Boyce to close right back up to the back of Johnson. Guyverson closing the door on the 18. All that's doing is helping Tim out. Iverson now up the track, going to allow the 18 to go by. A little blip of the throttle, all he needs to allow these guys to get by. He's not battling for position. Well, he is with Rob Hamilton. Oh, the 60 in the wall, that kind of disrupts the 26 and the 17. Adam Keene back there had a moment off the exit of 2. Tim Boyce now trying to get around the 60. as Eric Johnson works his way around the one of Rob Hamilton. Adam Keene now pulling back to the back bumper of the 26. John Kelly has dropped way off the pace here, 2.5 seconds off the back of these guys. That damage is really reared its ugly head right now. Coming to 2 laps to go this time as they're settling it down into turn 3. The top 3 still nose to tail. Anything can happen here. Are they saving something for Johnson? Timothy Boyce tried to do something here with the 18. Is he going to put the bumper to him? '18 all the way at the top, stopping the draft from the 26. Coming to the white flag this time. One more time around. Can Eric Johnson hold these guys off? They're battling side by side for second here. This is what he wants to see. It's all clean racetrack for Eric Johnson as he heads down into turn 3 and 4. Coming out of turn number 4. To the checkered flag, Eric Johnson's going to win here tonight at Kansas. How about that? Man, what a slobber knocker of a night here, folks. The 17, Adam Keene, give him that bump there. Ronnie Welchel as well. And it's going to be Timothy Boyce giving him a bump. Tonight was a crapshoot. I had no clue who was going to win this race. Eric Johnson pulling up here to the start-finish line. And away we go. Perfect donuts. And just like that, the engine is blown. So let's get down here to the finish results for tonight's race. Eric Johnson leading 60 laps exactly of 130 to bring it home in the number 1 spot. Timothy Boyce brings it home in second. Adam Keene in third. John Kansas Kelly in fourth. Dean Gear fifth. Dalton Hall finishes sixth with David Vodka in seventh. Kill Peterson 8th with Josh Newman 9th, and Ryan Fuchs bringing out your top 10. Jeremy Ingold finishes 11th with Brian Welchel in 12th. Rob Hamilton finishes 13th. Steve Giverson in 14th with Ronnie Welchel 15th. Charles Wilson 16th. Matt Markland finishes 17th with Ian Montrose 18th. Anthony Bennett in 19th with Drew Calvert bringing it home in 20th. Tim Boyce with the pole position and finishing second. Fastest lap, Tim Boyce with a 29.965. Most laps led tonight is Eric Johnson. Hard Charger is going to go to John Kelly, up 17 spots. 2 cautions for 6 laps. And look at this, folks. Double-digit lead changes. 19 by 8 different leaders tonight. Fantastic job by these guys. And yeah, this is the reason why this league is the best league on iRacing, hands down. All right, without further ado, let's get into our interviews for tonight. We're going to start in the third spot and pick up Adam Keene here. Adam, it's Adam.
Hey, what's going on, Adam?
How we doing, man? How we doing?
Dude, I am sweaty as hell. But yeah, good.
Was it a good race?
Yeah, I had a good time, man. It was a blast.
Good deal, man. What was the draft really that important tonight? We just got to know.
Yeah, I felt so. In fact, that's kind of why that second middle stint, I kind of just wanted to stay behind Eric and just try to get us going in the right direction, the three of us, and try to gain some ground between the rest of the crowd. So, but yeah, that aero blocking, especially mid to the late round, yeah, it was tough.
Absolutely, man. Well, good finish tonight. P3, man. You know, we don't see you out here every single week, which is a shame. And
yeah, I missed the last week, but I should be here, I think, for the rest of them. We'll see though. But yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good. All right, buddy. Well, if you got any shout outs, we'll get those and we'll send you on your way.
Just the big ones, man. Frank's Appliance Center, first and foremost, my family who runs the business. They're my sponsor on this. So I want to thank them. Want to thank our Outcast sponsors, too. You got Jackie Jones, Serta Simmons, D Hall Construction, Pinnacle Wraps, Half Moon Designs, LuLaRoe, and Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. And the big one, Auto America Grand Island. Yeah, that, and yeah, the rest of the gang here. Had a blast.
Absolutely, man. All right, buddy. We'll talk to you soon and have a good night.
Sounds good, man. Thanks, you too.
All right, folks, let's get in. Tim Boyce here, finishing second tonight. Tim, glad to have the booth. You got me.
Yes, sir.
Man, how was your run tonight? Started on the pole, ran up front. You kind of dropped back there about mid-race, and somehow you went from 8th or 9th up to, I believe, 3rd place under green flag pit stops. I'm not sure how you did that, but, man, you pulled a rabbit out of the hat, got you right back in the contention to get a podium here.
Yeah, it was. I had a fast car. I don't know what happened. Ronnie or somebody checked up, and we just got into him, and then I fell back to 12th or something. But I had a really fast car, and I was just lucky enough to play the pit strategy there.
Absolutely, man. How are we feeling about going to next week's race?
I feel good. I do a lot better on these Mount Hass where you got to kind of finesse the car a little bit.
Yeah, well, next week we're going to Kentucky, so it's it's still a good-sized track. It's Legacy, Kentucky. Man, I don't know. I think the car's going to be loosey-goosey there, so definitely going to have to get some practice in there for that one.
Yeah, I haven't ran that track for a long time either, so I'll try to get some practice in.
Absolutely. All right, man. Well, if you got any shout-outs, we'll get those, and we'll send you on your way.
Yeah, I'd like to shout out to Eric and the Outcast crew here. They're race clean and fun, and to you for upping the broadcast. D Hall and Serta, Half Moon, and Pinnacle Wraps.
Absolutely. All right, buddy.
Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds in there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. No doubt about it. All right, man. Well, good shout-outs, and hopefully we'll talk to you real soon. I look forward to seeing you in the podiums a lot more.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Have a good one.
You too.
All right, folks. Once again, seems like this season has all been about not being a bridesmaid, but being a bride. Eric Johnson joining us once again in the broadcast booth on another podium/win. That's 5 wins on the season this season. So, Eric Johnson, glad to have the booth. You got me.
Boy, we got that Auto America Grand Island car rolling. You see her out there? She was fast, putting off that dirty air. Man, the air was important tonight.
Yes, it was. Looks like you were using Rob Hamilton and Steve there for some drafting help late in this race to keep a couple of tenths, or about 3 car length gap between you and Tim Boyce.
Yeah, I was definitely sucking up to them there. They were racing for position, so it made it interesting. They got their little race. We got a race going on, and you just didn't really want to get hung out on the outside in 3 and 4. Like, the outside of 3 and 4 just did not feel good. And you can make outside of 1 and 2 work, but you needed to be inside going in 3 and 4, I felt.
Yes, definitely looked like the most important one. It just you didn't have the drive off in 3 and 4 that you had out of 1 and 2. If you were on the high side of 1 and 2, you really had a good run there heading down into 3 and 4, but it was all just shot to crap. Once you went down in there, center off, you were just, you're just terrible.
Yeah, these cars have a huge parachute on them when someone gets on any bit of your side. Like you get someone on your left rear, your right rear, and you just hear the RPMs just drop. The air was really, really dirty tonight in these things. It was kind of a different feel. It felt a lot like the A car, to be honest with you. It felt like what I was driving last night.
Absolutely, man. All right, buddy, we won't keep you. This is just going to put you a little further ahead in the playoffs, as looks like John Kelly got in an accident there and finished 4th place. So the gap's going to go up a little bit further here, which is not a bad thing for you, but a bad thing for him.
It's not the worst. They're going to reset again, before we go into the last race. So
the
gap won't be as big, and but we'll try to stack any points as we can get them.
That's right, man. All right, buddy. Well, if you got any shout-outs, we'll get those, and we'll send you on your way.
Yeah, of course. First and foremost, we got Auto America Grand Island all over our car. We got to represent for them, get out of that bridesmaid and finally get married. So we appreciate them coming on, being our main sponsor. Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds, our Tuesday night truck sponsor. We got Jackie Jones, Serta Simmons, Dalton Hall Construction, Slinging Them Houses, Tammy T-Lit with LuLaRoe. Go check her out. Go buy some custom apparel, some sweatshirts, keychains, purses. She sells all kinds of bullshit. Half Moon Designs. You can get some trophies, all kinds of woodworking made. And Drew Kuhn there with Pinnacle Wraps. And, of course, you in the booth there with Outcast Motorsports Network. Calling these shots, Glad Dad. We love you. We appreciate you. And everybody in the chat, spam those emotes. Let's go. Fill them up.
All right, man. Have a good one. And congratulations on your win tonight.
Yes, sir. Love you. Bye.
All right, that's Eric Johnson, your first place finisher, Tim Boyce in 2nd, and Adam Keene bringing it home in 3rd. We're going to Kentucky next week, Kentucky Legacy, so it's the old one before the repave later on in life. But that's going to be a fun track for the trucks, and it's going to be very, very challenging for the Gen 6s, so you definitely want to stick around for that. But anyway, for everyone here at the Outcast Motorsports Network, I'm the Glad Dad, and I just want to tell you thank you for joining us tonight for another exciting round of Outcast Motorsports Auto America Gen 6 Series. Congratulations once again to our night's winner, Eric Johnson, and special thank you to all our incredible partners and supporters. I want to thank the title sponsor, Auto America Grand Island, Nebraska. They're the title sponsor for the Gen 6 Series, Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds, Outcast Custom Apparel, D-Hall Construction, Half Moon Design, Serta Simmons Bedding, LuLaRoe by Tammy, Jackie Jones, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, Pinnacle Wraps. We truly appreciate your support of the Outcast Motorsports. And, we'll see you next week in Kentucky. This is Glad Dad reminding you to stay fast, stay clean, and as always, it's okay to be an outcast. We'll see you next time, guys. Good night.